Hey everyone, hope you guys are all doing okay so far today. Had a little bit more of a rebound yesterday. Sorry, I had a migraine from lack of sleep. Then funny enough, last night I had a nap from like 4 o'clock to like 5 o'clock to like 9 o'clock, and after that I did not get any sleep until I took a nap this morning around like 11 a.m. to like 2 p.m. So I'm kind of running on fumes here today, guys. I may be a little bit slow, but we'll get over everything here in the next few minutes. Before we get started today, or as we get started here, please make sure to subscribe and like the video. It does help out a lot. And if you guys do want to spam any messages in the chat, I do believe that does help out the channel. You could tell me where you're from or any coins you're interested in, just to let other people know, grow the community here. Now, we have two trend lines here that are most important. Those are the support ones. We also have one up there as far as resistance is concerned after we had this nice little pump up there to the 200 daily moving average. But what I'm really looking at now here is, are we going to be able to break back above the 50-day moving average or the 20-day here, or are we going to end up coming back down and breaking down below this next level of support? Usually when I look at these levels of support where we're looking at the bodies of the candles and not necessarily the wicks of the candles, which I trust a little bit more, they tend to hold fairly well, but I don't like to rely on them as much. I really, really don't. I've been screwed over more than once by using them, but that doesn't mean you still can't use them. And in this circumstance, actually, it worked very, very well here. If you guys can see that. Now, what I'm hoping for over the next few days is I expect this week to be relatively boring over the next few days. Maybe the weekend will get more exciting for us. Next week we are going to have to make a choice here whether we want to have a moonshot thing with Bitcoin here where we have a large move, or if we unfortunately are going to take another leg down here to the mid 30,000s or so. I'm kind of leaning for more of a bearish side myself, but I have been wrong before. We do see some whale movements, mixed reviews on the whales right now, but we have seen whales continue to move some money around here, and you did have the third largest wallet continue to buy some Bitcoin here. I think they bought like 406 Bitcoin yesterday, so that was some good news here. But what I'm most likely most interested in right now, actually, guys, is just the weekly charts. You can see the two trend lines here. You can see how we're kind of in these channels, or if you want to switch it into another way, we're in a rising wedge, which is bearish. Right now, yeah, I'm gonna think of this as a little bit more neutral as a channel here, just because even though it is kind of going down a little bit, it still looks, it's not coming down like in a very aggressive manner, unless I make the chart look like that, which I'm not going to do here. All right. So we did have support last week as far as the 50-day moving average. That's this red line right here. We stopped, then we started to break back down. The reason I'm bearish on Bitcoin right now here, and I've only been buying certain coins that I have been working even with Bitcoin falling down. They're usually lower market cap coins with utility. My dog is barking. Sorry. What I'm worried about here is, are we going to be able to break out back above this 20-week moving average here? Are we going to be able to do that? History says no, but again, we are in a kind of a golden age of crypto here. We have a lot more institutional money. They may be able to kind of help us out going forward here. But, well, actually, before we go into that, the last time we broke above the 20 moving average and came back down here, right? Came back down below and then broke back above it again within within a short period of time. No breakdowns there. Breakdowns here. No. Okay, so we have to break out above it and then come back down. It's been a while, guys. So break out above it, then come back down. It took us a little bit of time, but ultimately we weren't able to get back above it in the longer run here, or the medium term for this Bitcoin. Right here, no, we didn't close above it, I guess. But so this one right here, we came back above it, and it still took a little bit of time before we managed to get back above it. And even then, it still didn't work out for us. So historically, it's not really a good thing for us. Let me see if I can find something that kind of disputes that here. We have to break out above it and come back down. Break out above it and come back down. Usually when you break out above it, it's a nice moonshot here, and that we did not get this time. So we might be looking at something a little bit more relatable to 2018, where we tried a little hard. We had a monster move, and in this circumstance, we had actually multiple new highs on the Bitcoin charts before ultimately having a little bit more of a pullback here. Now, I'm doing something on my computer here. The reason why I say we're going to have some volatility here pretty soon, look at this. We're either, and within next week, we're either going to have a big old drop being pushed down below the 20-week moving average, breaking down, and most likely coming down here towards $37,500. That's the first scenario. But if we turn that around and we go into the bullish direction of what could happen here, and this is if you guys are trying to be more optimistic, you guys are going to try to do more of an aggressive play here. If we actually have a bullish move next week, we have to break out above the 20 and the 50-week moving averages. Last time we did that, we had a monster move off of that. So let's go back over here very fast. That week, Bitcoin soared about 13%. That can happen, or something similar to that can happen, because of course we're going to have to break above the 20-week moving average and the 50-week moving average. And going over to the daily charts, everybody, the 50-day moving average and the 20-day moving average, we're going to have to break above all of those, and we're going to have a nice strong move just like that. That's the hope if we are going to be bouncing off of this support right here and then going on. All we're going to do is just say, hey, we had a bad time. We already had a bad time here. We had a bad time here, right? After some good times there, good times there, good times there. Now we're just going to start another good time here and then ultimately get rejected back down, or use this as another opportunity to break out above the 200 daily moving average, trying to go back up to that resistance of 52,000, which is if I pull up the weekly chart here. Oh, I won't mess that up. Okay. There we go. Arrow. There we go. Bring us back up towards that $52,000 level, right? Oh, there we go. At the highest point of the shoulders here of like the body candles, right? So that's around 51,789. That'd be a good opportunity for us. I don't think it's necessarily going to happen just because I can't find an example of where we've broken out above the 20, broken back down over the next few weeks, only to break back up above the 20 as well. Because usually when we break out above the 20-week moving average, it's game time. We're all in. You saw a lot of YouTubers buying. I even bought on the breakout as well. I only netted like a 5% profit, not even, because I scaled out at the 200 weekly moving average or daily moving average, just to make sure I took some profit on, and then we came back down, right? So, like 9 times out of 10, or what is it, like 8 times out of 10, 4 to 5 times, we tend to have a nice strong move after this. We didn't have it, and there was no, as far back as how far this Coinbase chart goes here, all the way back here to December of 2014, we have never just went back above it just like that after breaking down. Usually it's a really bad sign. We'll see if it's a bad sign this time. Again, way more institutional investors in this kind of period of Bitcoin's history, rather than over here. Remember, back over here, 2020, 2018, crypto's a scam. They're stealing all of your money. Never invest in that. It's trash, right? We heard that time and time again. Now all of a sudden you have Goldman Sachs looking for blockchain experts, crypto experts. Chase Bank is doing the same thing. There's a lot more institutional interest. So there is an opportunity for us to have that big boom. History says we're going down, right? I want to make that clear, but there is an opportunity here if for whatever reason whales were to try to get rid of some shorts or scare the shorts off. There's an opportunity for Bitcoin to have a 10% plus week next week, okay? This week right now, we're really just hoping we can hold above this trend line here. That's all. We don't have high expectations. Just hold above 39,000. If we can do that, we're fine. Then we have an opportunity to bounce up a little bit more. And then, then we got to start thinking about if we do start breaking down below this trend line right here, that's where we start to see some problems going forward, where we're running into the 20-month moving average, which is right here, right? 37,000. This the 20-month moving average is only at, well, let me actually look at the official price, 40,355 cents. That's it. If we close below that by the end of the month, well, boy oh boy, last time we closed down below it was right here off this crash. The last time we closed above it right here, it was a small move followed by a crash, okay? So understand that going forward, these next couple weeks, even before we head into the last week of the month of April, we need to have some good moves here. We absolutely need to have some good moves. Because again, just going off of the history of the moving averages here, it's not going to look good for us if we do close down below the 20 here. Now, last thing before we go into your questions and we just talk about more of the everyday coins that we talk about here. If we do have a larger move for whatever reason, you guys will have a choice about what you guys want to do with your altcoins. If you guys aren't adapt to really like controlling your emotions and things like that, you're going to have one of two things. You're going to either sell all of your crypto on a crash and then try to just buy it back up at a lower price and therefore just not really make a profit, but accumulate more coins so that down the road you'll be able to make more money on the next altcoin season, the next run up, so forth, right? Or what you guys are going to do is just hold the coins you have and use your excess cash that you have on the side, the reserves, and then you're going to be using those to have limit orders at designated prices for those specific altcoins and Bitcoin here, right? So those are going to be your two main choices there. Think about it over the next few weeks. Determine which one which way you're going to go. Another way you guys could also think about this is what I've been doing as far as BitGet. I talked to Monica about this yesterday here. So I was pretty concerned about BitGet here because it actually broke down a couple days ago, right? And then I watched it broke down, and I knew it was going to break down. I saw Bitcoin's weakness a little bit, and I saw how this was falling a little bit, and I was like, okay, 20-day moving average is curling. Let me see what I can do here. But what I did, instead of selling off my entire position, because I've been buying this up since back here in September, back when it was like 6 cents, and now it's all up at like 19 cents again. What I decided to do is just sell 25% of my BGB, about 19.5 cents. So right up here about 19.46. Okay. It went all the way down here to about 18 cents, and then I saw a massive wall of like hundreds of thousands of dollars of support there, and I was like, well, am I going to buy back in now, or am I going to hope that somebody can break through that wall so I can buy more coins later on? I ended up chickening out and just buying back in because I sold at 19 cents, 19 and a half, and I bought back at about like 18.1824, something like that, so kind of close to 18 cents. And I was like, you know what? I got more coins. That's my goal. I'll worry about the rest later on. And I was kind of happy because it looks like that support held and nobody was able to even move that whale that was trying to load up at the 18-cent range. Like hundreds of thousands of coins this guy was trying to buy here. And then so far we're on a stronger move up here. But you guys can see as far as Bitcoin is concerned, we hit this little spot, hit like a hard support, boom, 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 never went below it. And then, somebody bought back up, tried to bring us back down, and then all of a sudden somebody just kind of bought us back up here. So you guys don't actually have to sell all of your crypto if you want to take on that strategy to accumulate more coins. Otherwise, you guys can just sell 10%, 5%, whatever you guys feel comfortable with. Some people may sell even 75%. It's up to you guys. But understand, you're most likely going to be selling on a larger breakdown, not just us breaking down from one of these smaller pennants, but something major, so to speak. But okay, here guys, let me get this back over here. Because right now, Bitcoin, it's pretty boring. I think the main reason, unfortunately, that Bitcoin's up today is basically because if you go over here to the stock market, S&P 500's up, NASDAQ's up, Dow's up. And I think it's just following the stock market right now. I don't like it, but that seems to be what it's been doing over the past few days here. So if you want Bitcoin to go up over the next few days, you're going to be rooting for the stock market. One of the reasons I'm kind of more bearish on Bitcoin right now is because ultimately, you guys know this, I'm more bearish on the stock market. I think there's some delusions going on in the stock market about how strong the American economy is. I don't think the American economy is that strong because of how inflation is hurting everyday folks. And once they start running out of this excess capital and that starts being reported in these earnings reports over the next few weeks, right? Earnings season. I think you will start to see some weaknesses here going forward. But, I mean, you have seen some strong numbers coming out from like Delta. They had some strong numbers here at Peloton. Bed Bath & Beyond didn't have a good time. Anything else? Netflix should be coming out pretty soon as well. So we'll be watching. You're betting on a good earnings season if you want to have this nice pump up here over the next few days. You really are betting on a good earnings season. But again, I'll be watching CNBC like almost every morning to see what the good news is here, and especially after hours as well. But I haven't actually checked out CNBC this afternoon. I tried to take a nap and I was not able to. Russian sales evacuate worship. Okay, let's see. Any earnings plays? Popular quotes? No, no, no. American Airlines is up. Some travel. Looks like travel's doing a little bit better here. That's good to see. Bottom ABBV. ABBV is a monster though, so I'm not going to worry about that when I have that for a long term hold. But all right, let's go back over here and just check out some of the basic coins that we've been talking about over the past few weeks. Let's look at Ethereum. On the weekly chart here, Ethereum is fine. It's just consolidating. I don't see any problems with Ethereum right now. Just like Bitcoin, we're just consolidating in a pattern, and we're just kind of waiting to see what happens. We're very far away from the monthly 20 moving average here. We're pretty far away from it. It's not really an important thing for us over the last, the history here. I would be more concerned about the weekly charts and trying to stay above those specific moving averages here, right? And this week, or last week, we broke down below the 20. This week, we have a good chance of closing below the 50 to kind of confirm that drop down. But support for Ethereum's right now, if we were to take more of a downturn with Bitcoin, seems to be around $2,600, $2,700. Doge broke down out of its uptrend here. Let's kind of see what we can find there, though. This is the daily chart, excuse me. It's trying to break out again today. Doge could actually have a 5-6% day plus here if we're just able to break out above the 20-day moving average. Every time we break above or below a moving average, we tend to have stronger moves. Broke above, stronger move, stronger move, stronger move, stronger move, even though we were kind of going all every which way. Stronger move, stronger move, Okay move. Okay. Stronger, stronger. So there's a pattern there. Matic. Matic is interesting. I see it trending a little bit more on Twitter. We kind of broke through this old support level right here, which was a good buying opportunity for a short-term return here. I haven't bought any Matic, but I'm hoping to see some good things happen. Pretty soon we're going to have a death cross on it, which I'm not too excited about. ADA, anything there? Not really. We broke down, came back up. Bitcoin kind of controlled it here and took away from the technicals. XRP. XRP is kind of special right now. I think the lawsuit's kind of coming to a close, and I think XRP is going to win this lawsuit. So I think specifically for XRP, you may see it kind of shoot up out of nowhere, and I think you're seeing people take bets on that, assuming that it is going to happen over the next week or so. So I'll be looking very excitingly, enthusiastically waiting to see if Ethereum Classic, XRP does have that court, that announcement coming out from the court case. Luna. What do we got right here? Still coming back down. Now we did break down here. I mean, we've had a nice move down since. As far as support for this, we really don't have much as far as a trend line here. We're most likely looking for support levels like right down here at $70, which is pretty far, or all the way down here. A little bit of support right there, a little bit of support right here, a little bit of support right there, at about $75. I wouldn't really be buying it until I can get down there. Anything else? Sheep had the big move after getting listed on Robinhood and a few other platforms. Since then, it really hasn't done much. Be careful of this. It is getting closer to those 50 and 20-day moving averages. It may have a really big crash here coming up if Bitcoin does not have a surge. EOS, nothing crazy going on there. Ethereum Classic headed for the 50-day moving average. This is going to get squeezed one way or another. Have a big move down to about $33, or it's going to have a nice rocket ship back up here to like $43. So either way, you're going to be betting on Bitcoin for this one, but since there's a 20, look at these nice long candles. You're going to be expecting a nice long candle on this one. Either way, so if you like to short it, long it, you're going to find a way to make money off of that one. DOT still coming down here. I don't like DOT too much right now. The only reason I'd be holding DOT is the only reason I am holding DOT is because they give you 12% annual interest on Voyager, right? STMX still consolidating, broke out. It really didn't do much. It did hit that old resistance, and that was the end of that story here. Engine, not much else going here. Maybe a double bottom in the works, but that doesn't look as likely. FTM looking weaker than a lot of other coins here. Look at that. Had a massive double top, finally broke down below it, came back up, and then it did come back down like most double tops do, but yeah, I don't think I see anything exciting for this just yet. Maybe if there's an opportunity for us to break out above this trend line here, or if you want to go all the way back over here. Maybe, but yeah, I don't trust that one as much. I like to go right there. But okay, ICP, still looking nasty. It does have support around there. Link, anything else here? Anything worth talking about? Doge, Elon found support. This would probably be an okay opportunity to buy this for a short-term play. Sol, anything else? XLM, Gala, no, okay. But it should be a fairly interesting time to watch all of this play out because this week, again, like I said, it may be a little bit more boring than we want it to be. There may be some ups and downs, but next week we're either going to have a really big move upwards or a really big move downwards. And either way, it's going to be exciting to watch, and there should be some opportunities for all of you guys to make some money. If you guys haven't already, I encourage you guys to sign up with BitGet so you guys can learn how to do some paper trading. So that way you're not actually using your real capital. If you want to learn how to short or trade with leverage, you're just kind of practicing with fake money. And then if you use the trading journal I gave you for free, then you'll kind of see if you're good enough to actually start trading. And if you guys are good enough to start trading, then you guys can start putting, some the money where your mouth is, or whatever that phrase is. Okay. Back over here, though. Okay. Let me see. Let's see. And hey, Sleeping Giant. Hey, and Mo. What's right here? Let's see. For me, at least, but everyone's goals are different. Let's see it here. BTC's nice 5-year plan. What do you call? Oh, you're talking about BTC? I don't think so. I'm still holding it. I think a lot of stuff has been going down over the past few weeks here, so I'm still holding it though. Let's see. Hey, Kula. Good evening from Milwaukee. Happy to see you. Funny enough, Milwaukee. I know it's probably not right now. It's not too cold. It was snowing like crazy over here in Washington State today, and I was like, "What the heck is going on?" I was afraid my power was going to go out again. Hey, Ken. Let's see. What's right here? Hey, Kelly. 420 is Doge. Go up or go down? Oh, nobody knows. I mean, it's going to depend all on what Bitcoin's doing, unless there's some specific news about Doge. Like if Doge has some major partnership they have hidden under wraps, and they're going to announce it on 420. Awesome, go for it. Until then, I'm going to say Dogecoin's going to be continuing to follow what Bitcoin's doing. Just watch out for any potential moving averages that may be causing a larger drop or a larger pop here. But usually, like I said before, if Dogecoin pops, the best thing you can do is just take some profit off the table, wait for it to come back down, and invest more back into Dogecoin, or just take the profit and kind of walk away for a little bit and see if Dogecoin goes back down a little bit lower. It's really up to you as far as Dogecoin's concerned, but like there's a reason why when I do my special Dogecoin thumbnails, they always say pop then drop because like 9 times out of 10 since the 75 cent kind of highs that we saw last year, it tends to have nice rallies and then it comes back down. Like always comes back down. So take advantage of those nice little spikes that you see with Dogecoin if for whatever reason we have a nice 420, and then from there you can shave off just a little bit. All of it, it's all up to you. Most people are just gonna be doing a few percent of it, just take some profit, and then if they have the opportunity for it to come back down, then they're gonna be buying some more Dogecoin to either add more coins or just kind of lower their averages. Let me see. Oops, right there. Hey, Alec, I'm doing well. I'm running on fumes here. I did not sleep a wink last night. I took a nap from like 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock, and then I thought I'd be okay to go to sleep later on. I was not. I did not get any sleep last night, but I took a nap today. So after this stream, I'm literally just gonna go to my room, take off my contacts, wash my face, and go to sleep. What do you call it? It's been it's been a long day. And hey, Alan, time again. I know I just said that, but I always like to say hi to members. Let's see. Bulgaria holds 9 billion worth of Bitcoin. Oh yeah, you're going to see a lot more Bitcoin adoption by governments. It's in their national interest to have some type of cryptocurrency, whether they make their own currencies or they buy Bitcoin. I would think buying Bitcoin's the best thing here. Remember, we were talking about. I posted a video the other day talking about the El Salvadorian president. He was supposed to go to that Bitcoin Miami conference, but unfortunately, he had to, withdraw or cancel his appearance because there was a huge crime wave in El Salvador, and I think over the last 2 weeks, he's arrested 10,000 gang members, 10,000 gang members. Now I think that's a really good thing. I think sometimes we tend to be too nice to criminals, but that might be a kind of a weird thing that I think about. But especially down there, it's a whole different thing. I've done a lot of humanitarian work in El Salvador, and it's a whole different ballgame as far as the crime is concerned. But he has great visions for his country, and I think he was smart to use Bitcoin as a legal tender. And I think as time moves on and Bitcoin becomes the price goes up and up and up, and you get more institutional investors, I think you will see it become more mainstream. And I think their economy will actually get a nice boost from it. Also, they're going to get a nice boost because they're taking away tens of thousands of criminals off the street right now. Mostly because there was 78 people shot or killed in a 2 week span or a weekend, a 2 day span, excuse me. So there's some crazy times ahead for a lot of these cryptocurrency places. But then you also have countries like Bolivia that they don't even allow crypto inside the country. So it's going to be a mixed message here, but I think it's more likely that Bolivia kind of comes around to the cryptoverse, right? Kind of comes over to this crypto side rather than El Salvador giving up entirely on crypto. Because I even see Venezuela going into the crypto route as well, right? When the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, tries to strangle you with regulations and making sure that you can't make money, but all these corporations can come in and take all of your resources, I think those countries are going to start saying, hey, you're freaking with our currency here. You're giving us bad loans with bad credit, right? So we're going to actually just go with Bitcoin here, and we believe we'll be able to kind of fund some of this stuff ourselves if we just kind of make it a national investment over a 10, 20, 30 year span of time, right? Hey, Simon, hope you're having a very good day. Let's see. You want one more pump? Yeah, there's an opportunity for one more pump right now for Bitcoin as well. Yeah, this week, for the rest of this week, we should kind of be in a decent kind of middle area here where we're kind of trading between the 20 week moving average or maybe the 50-day moving average, and then the lows we experienced on that trend line there. We're going to be trading within that time frame or that kind of space. After that, we should see a lot more volatility, whether we have a nice rocket to the moon next week or if we have a major dump. It's going to be one or the other, unfortunately. My opinion. I think it's going to be one or the other. Maybe we just kind of go sideways and do nothing, right? But I think we're most likely going to have a rough week ahead. A rough week ahead, excuse me. Let's see. See. Hey, Monica, did you stake your BGB? I did stake my BGB. The only thing that I was concerned about staking my BGB is nothing to really do about like the actual staking. Well, the one thing I was worried about, Monica, is the fact that I saw that you can't stake like kind of unlimited amounts of BGB, and I'm saying it in the wrong way. Um, so I staked some of my BGB here. I need to transfer some of it back because I bought some more at the 18 cent level because that big old whale was just kind of hovering there buying up as much of BGB as he possibly could. But if you go over here, BGB earn, yeah. You see how it says sold out? I was really happy as soon as I saw the alert. I was able to get the 6% one for 14 days. And if you those of you don't know, the guys who don't know, I pretty much use this and KuCoin for most of my accounts. And I've been loading up on BGB. It's the BitGet token, right? It's an exchange token, right? That's simple. It works out very well. I told you guys about this about 6 cents. Now it's at about 19 cents. So it's had a great return so far over the past few months. But what they've done here is, that you can stake and you can get yields for your crypto by, letting them have it for a little bit. So, but instead of having it locked up for like months or years, they lock it up for 14 days, 7 days, or 3 days. Okay. And then what they do is they say, hey, we're going to pay you 6% APY for, yearly, but all in 14 days, which means you got to do the 6% APY divided by 365 days, and then each day it compounds on itself and gives you a little bit more BGB, a little bit more BGB, a little bit more BGB, right? But sold out, sold out, sold out. Now I was lucky enough; I got the message right away that my contact that works at BGB, who's always telling me about opportunities for you guys, he was like, "Hey, let you people know you can stake now," and then boom. What do you call this one sold out really fast, this one sold out really fast, and this sold out maybe a couple days later because this is only 1.5%. But 3 days duration. And the cool thing here is if for whatever reason BGB started crashing and I was freaking out or something like that, I am allowed to get out of this stake whenever I want to without any repercussions. I'm not going to be making the yield. They'll take the yield back, but that's okay because I'll have the opportunity to get all my coins back and sell if I'm panicking or something like that, right? Now, I'm holding this for years because I think this can get to a couple billion market cap easily over the next few years here, and that's what I'm really banking on as far as BGB is concerned. And right now it's at 100 million market cap, so 10x, 20x. Yeah, I'm looking for some good stuff here. But I do hope that as time goes on, Monica, they're going to allow more and more people to get to the 6%, the 3.5%, and if they want to cap the 1.5, fine. But I want them to be allow more people. But this is kind of this is not going to be this way forever. I guarantee that because they're making this special right now for the people that are buying in under $100 million market cap, which is a really big thing to do with the coin because it's just more volatile. It's not going to be as easy to make money. You might go ups and downs a little bit, more perilous and so forth. You're taking on a higher risk basically. But it's kind of like a bonus to all of us, right? And you have a maximum of 500,000 BGB. I don't even have close to that. I think I've staked about 15,000. I have another 30,000 of BGB, and I'm just kind of holding on and seeing what happens over the future here. But yeah, I am very, very excited that they have BGB staked here. And low threshold, high yield. I think that's going to be great for it in the long term here. And I think it actually did help out the price of BGB here, especially since once it happened, it's up 4% today. A lot of other stuff in the crypto market is not up 4% today. So, and you also see, look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's chart over the last, since September, where are we at? Yeah, since September of last year, right around here, July, since over here last year, September to now, BGB, September to now. It's on a nice rocket ship, and I'm loving that rocket ship here. Even if for whatever reason it would have come back down to 15 cents or even 12 cents, I'd be looking to double down on my investment down there because I think they're going to be good in the long run here. My only concern about BGB really is if Bitcoin tanks due to the death cross in the weekly chart, would that have a major effect on BGB, or would it still kind of stay strong? Because even when Bitcoin's been crashing, this really hasn't been doing anything of consequence. Only thing I've seen that caused some of these drops is people loaded up over here and they were taking profits here and here, and then they realized that, oh my gosh, it's still going up, and they tried to buy it back up, which actually kind of extended a rally, which was kind of nice to see. Because you can see they have some massive walls on here, like massive, massive walls. So people are really loading up on this, and I like to see that, especially because right now the BGB token can only be bought on BitGet. When KuCoin allows it on their platform, when Binance allows on their platform, and other platforms like Coinbase, whatever, over time, that's when you're going to really start to see the big money flow for it. But we're not even close to that stage yet, which is why I'm happy to keep on kind of buying up here. All right, now we go back over here to the Bitcoin 1 minute candle. Hey, Nico, Puerto Rico, I would like to buy at 34. You think that's possible? As far as Bitcoin's concerned, yeah, it's possible. If you're gonna try to buy at 34, I'd probably would like slowly start nibbling into crypto. That means you'd be buying a little bit today, a little bit tomorrow, a little bit the next day, or you can like buy a little bit this week, a little bit next week, a little bit week after that. That way, in case for whatever reason we do have this, like we do have a nice surge next week, because either way, guys, we're gonna have a crazy next week. It's gonna be volatile. Whichever way it goes, you're going to have some exposure to the market. That way, you're not kind of on the sidelines completely. So you can start nibbling into it now if you wanted to. Otherwise, you could just actually just place a limit order down for $34,000 and just wait for Bitcoin to hit it. And if it hits it, you get a good buying entry price. If not, you can always buy in on another breakout and turn it into more of a swing trade, and then wait for another more bearish period of time before you actually start loading up on larger amounts of Bitcoin. And hey Mo, if you have a chance, what do you think of HTR coin? Let me see. Coin, not stock. Hathor. Beautiful double top worth trading right here. Look at that. Top, top, boom. Crash, okay. Uh, I mean, right now, if you think that Bitcoin's really not going to break down below this trend line that we've been watching over the last few days over here, like the, sorry for making this kind of a mess. Um, if you think that Bitcoin's not going to fall down below this trend line right here that we're kind of at, you could actually start buying some of this right now. If you think like me that we might be breaking back down and heading back down towards $37,000 or so, I think there's something that you could do is either can you continue holding on to the position you have, or what you could do is, let me put this back over here. There we go. You could see if this actually does have one more breakdown in it, bringing you back down to the lows of a low about maybe about yeah, about 29-30 cents for like a good, that'd be a good drop off of this one, or maybe up here a little bit higher if you want to take the opportunity right up there at support of around like 40 cents, and you could be looking to buy down there. As far as the longer term technicals, I mean, it looks fine. It's just consolidating. It's really going to depend on Bitcoin for this one. I don't see it changing, like doing too much, kind of separating itself from Bitcoin, if you say. As far as the utility of the coin, I don't know anything about it. But if you just go to the website, I'm sure you already have, you found a reason to like it. Just be careful, because over the next few days, if Bitcoin does do that drop, you will see a death cross on this one, and you'll see it actually be pushing the price down before the end of the month as the 20 kind of creeps down right here. Let me see if I can draw that here for you. Creeps down, and that makes the stock kind of tap it, then fall, tap it, then fall until it hits the support level at 40. Then maybe by then it'll start to curl back up, and you can get like from buy it for around 41 cents, 40 cents, and actually sell it around 47, 48 cents for a nice return up there. That'd be actually a really nice profit. But okay, there we go. Boom. Hopefully Bitcoin can try to continue this little mini pump that we're looking at right now. Hey, Max Sparrow. Hey, Mike. Hope you're having a good day. I hope the monetization issue has been resolved. Yes, that's why you guys see all of your memberships back. YouTube, for those of you guys who know, YouTube did admit they made a mistake. It was a glitch. They were not. They were not going to help me fix it until I got Twitter involved and I got larger YouTubers involved to help me out here, because YouTube basically said they know it was a mistake, but they don't really have the resources to help out every channel that has a glitch. So it's just kind of like a tough luck type, like tough type of thing. But then me being me, I know how to mobilize people to help me out. It was you guys. It was larger YouTube channels. Like I was talking with Rob from Digital Asset News today. I was saying thank you so much to him. And I told him that I was moving to Belize next year. And if he manages to find his way down there for a little vacation with his wife or so, he'd be welcome to stay with me for a few days. But his channel is like vastly larger than mine. My channel is like at 58,000 subscribers. If you go over to digital asset news, so I can find this channel. Uh, Yeah, his channel has 324,000 subscribers, and I watch not all of his videos, but I watch a good amount of his videos. And right now he's talking about 4 days ago short term Bitcoin concerns, major banks predict recession. That's one of the reasons I'm more bearish about crypto actually right now. Entire crypto market pullback, Celsius crypto. He's big about talking about yields and how yields are being targeted by the SEC because the SEC is kind of bought and owned by banks and other institutions who believe that poor people shouldn't have access to like a 9% annual yield. They should only be allowed to get a 0.1% or 0.001% annual yield from the banks, right? So he's big on that, and I really do agree about that because right now with inflation, there's not really an incentive to save money. There's really not, except for the fact that maybe you may be laid off in a future recession as they try to curb the inflation. But if you are of a lower income and you have the opportunity to get either a banking, a savings account from a traditional bank, Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, KeyBank, whatever, you have the opportunity, or you have an opportunity to go to the Voyager app and get 9% annual interest. Which one are you going to choose? 0.01? Ooh. Or 9%. Clearly the 9%. And banks don't like that because that means they have less capital to loan out and make money off of your money, right? But were they really paying you anything for you giving them the right to make money off of your money? No, not really, right? At least Voyager, at least a lot of these crypto companies, Binance, not Binance, a lot of these companies, they BlockFi, that's one. They tend to be a little bit better for those who are struggling on the economic totem pole, right? People need to save in order to create wealth. There's not really an incentive to save to make wealth right now. And even if you are saving and you're more impoverished, all of your savings are going to the extra high gas prices, to the extra high meat prices. You're not going to just be like saying, "Oh my gosh, I can't afford beef. I got to go to Spam." No, you're not going to be going to Spam. You're just going to pocket up the extra little bit of money to get beef. Maybe you're not buying as much beef, but you're not going to be kind of moving out of that mindset, if you will. But yes, the monetization issue was solved. Thank God, guys. What do you call it? I ignored YouTube so much on Twitter that they blocked me. Well, not blocked me, but they just flat out started ignoring me. And so after a while, after kind of going through all these back channels and kind of just me being very persistent and annoying, I turned into a Karen. But without the bleh part of it, I turned into a savvy Karen while I was listening to Disney music. I don't know, for whatever reason this week I've been really hyped up on listening to Disney music. So if you go over to my main page and see what I've been listening to here, um, Disney. I'm watching Lego Skywalker Saga all cutscenes. It's 6.5 hours, 7 hours long. So I've been doing it bit by bit. Be prepared. Prince of Egypt, great score, one of the best in the freaking world, if you ask me. Moana, not really. But yeah, so I've been what do you call it? And Jerusalem Solid, yes. I've listened to some non-traditional music to get me hyped up for trading and just working on some YouTube stuff. Let's see. Hey, no tacos in life. MS-13. Oh, you talking about El Salvador? Yeah. What do you call? I have no qualms about a president trying to protect his people. And on top of that, from what I understand, I have friends that live in El Salvador from doing my humanitarian work down there. They all support his decision. They all support his decision to arrest like 10,000 criminals. I mean, why not? I mean, at some point you gotta fight back. I mean, if 78 of your countrymen or whatever, manage to get killed within like 2 days, that's a major concern, a major concern, and it will probably only get worse as food prices continue to go up and inflation continues to go up. Because remember, 40% of the world's grain and a lot of the fertilizer for the world comes from Ukraine. That supply chain is squashed. No more of that for a while. Everybody else has to make do with what they have, and more wealthier countries like us, we can kind of, well, we're going to stockpile grain like freaking crazy. We may even say, hey, America, stop selling your grain outside the country. You're keeping it here. And you will see that coming up pretty soon as politics kind of plays a role in this, right? And as midterms come up, people are like, oh my God, bread's costing like $3-4 a loaf, and it's just white bread. That type of mentality. Do you know what Matic native means on Exodus Wallet trying to exchange USC Matic into another coin keeps giving me an error that I need at least 0.0053 of Matic to exchange. I do not, but if anybody else has an idea, let him know because I have never heard of that before. I have no idea. My Matic is all in Voyager right now, so I can earn interest on it. But I do not know. I've never even heard of that term before. I would try to check out YouTube first, and then or you listen to people in the stream if they have any ideas. But I have not heard of that before. See. And hey, Max, have I seen anything promised on the Launchpad? As far as BitGet's concerned, they don't have any more things on the Launchpad. But like I did with the last video, next time I see it, I will let you. Next time I see something on the Launchpad, I will definitely let you guys know if I'm going to be buying it here. But I've bought everything, right? The thing about it is, I think Monica brought this up earlier, and I totally forgot to mention this to you guys. Is when you guys how this works as far as being able to buy these coins before they go on an exchange and then they get like massive returns and you got to sell them, right? Well, a few things have to happen. You have to have a certain amount of money in your account, or you have to do a certain amount of trading, and what that does is it lets you accumulate tickets, okay? And these tickets allow you to, if you get a winning ticket, it allows you to buy a certain amount of the coin. So for every ticket, I was able to buy 500 Kyoko, okay? Now, I got like 4 winning tickets. I was pretty happy with that. And then so I was able to buy like 2,000 worth of Kyoko, and I was paid with that using BGB because you have to buy BGB to pay for this. And you can see right here, Kyoko is equal to 50 half of a BGB, right? Which is equal to about like 8 cents at this moment in time. But basically, after they do that, you get a certain amount of your Kyoko or coin unlocked on the first day. Then a few months later, they give you another portion of it. And then a few months later, they give you another portion of it, right? And so they give it to you, so you're not going to be able to like crash the price at one period of time. But usually, the first move up makes you so much profit that anything else you don't have to worry about, basically. So as far as Kyoko is concerned here, as far as the last thing I recommended to you guys. So Kyoko right now is sitting at 19 cents, okay? It's popping up. It usually pops up, comes back down, and it kind of has another relic, a big old cup, if you will. But if I go to the 15-minute chart here, and I open up this on like a full screen. Oh, it's not going to go back far enough. Maybe 4 hour. Okay, here we go. So again, when you buy it on the launch pad, you're buying it at 10 cents, the opening price, 10 cents. Remember this, 10 cents. Well, opening day, I got 33% of my Kyoko at 10 cents. I saw it go up and up and up and up and up, and I sold it for about 34 cents, which is actually pretty close to the top. And that's because I'm just kind of constantly looking at it and waiting for selling pressure to kind of say, ooh, that type of move, right? And so 33% of my Kyoko was sold at 34 cents, and a little bit more actually, like 30% at 34 cents, and like the last few percent down here. But that return means that no matter what happens with the rest of my Kyoko, I'm still walking away with a profit, and that's just Kyoko here, right? So let me see if I go back over here, Launchpad. Then we had Bot. Bot was another one. Bot was a special one. Normally they don't pump up as much as Bot. Somebody really just bought up a whole bunch, and I was happy to kind of sell it off here. If I can go to the daily chart here, that's fine. It had such a crazy spike that it makes the whole chart look kind of weird, which is why I don't like to look at this one too much. No, I just go to the other ones. Here we go. So here's Bot. I was able to buy it for about 2 cents, and it went all the way up here to about 20 cents. Now, me being me, I sold too early, like always, because I wanted to lock in some profit. I managed to sell around like 13, 14 cents instead of like 20 cents, okay? I sold some at 15, a little bit more, and so forth as it kept kind of going up. But it was a wild ride, and it came down really fast as well. So when that happened, I was able to bank like about like 500, 700% returns, which means even though the price right now is actually below where the opening price, I'm still walking away with a profit. And that's all I really care about as far as these coins are concerned, okay? And then the last one I'll tell you about as far as the Launchpad here. So, like, next time there's a Launchpad, I'll be happy to make another video for you guys about this. Might have messed up something here. Refresh. There we go. And then we got ZBC here. This one, I still have bought. I still have ZBC. I'm waiting for them to unlock my next amount here. And I assume when they do unlock them, you will see the price go down on those specific days as people like to take some profits off the table. More likely if the market is not doing so hot. But right now, crypto is kind of in a mixed space. We'll see what happens next week. But the last one here is ZBC. ZBC. It's down 7% today, but oh, it looks like I had a really monster day yesterday. That's why. But here, I was able to buy it for 2 cents again. Okay. It went all the way up here to 5 cents for a return of 147%. Really good returns. Really, really good returns. Now, again, I did not sell at the peak of the amount, and I only got lucky about that one during the last one. But I sold it more for like 80% profit or so. Okay, and then look at that. But ever since then, if I was still holding it, I would still be up 137% right now, which is actually pretty darn nice. And that means for the other 66% of the coins that I haven't gotten access to just yet, guess what? I have a profit on those coins specifically of 137% at this moment in time. And who knows? Maybe over the next few months it goes up to like 7 cents or 8 cents or something like that, or 9 cents even. Let's just say 7 cents. Like that's about what 2 pennies above where we are now. Then that moves it up to 251% profit, right? And the good thing about BitGet is that they do vet these coins in these businesses. That way, they're not just putting on the scammiest of companies they can. They usually have to have a stronger social media following, so that because their goal here is we're going to put you on an exchange. We're going to vet you first, but we want you to tell your subscribers, your Telegram users, your Discord followers to come on our exchange so we can make money as you guys trade. That's kind of their ambition as far as why they do this. So it's kind of a win-win scenario for everybody. But again, you have to be able to win those tickets, which means you might just have to have like $1,000 just in your account at all times to get a ticket to try to make some money here. Or what you guys can do is just have some money in your account and trade, to get tickets, organically. Or you could just wait for the day it opens up, and then you could just buy it and wait for a big, strong move and have some fun trading it that way. I just like the fact that I can have some, coming to me over time. In the first 1 or 2 days, I'm always making enough money back. Like usually, always so far, but it doesn't mean it's going to be, forever. It's always going to be that way. Goes up, I make a bunch of money, and I just wait. Next time I get some coins, I'm going to sell them off and make a bunch of money again, and a bunch of money again on the next quarter, right? So that's kind of the strategy here as far as I'm looking at for a lot of these coins here. The only downside to it is if you do, the first day you get some coins back, the following times, it's not for certain that the coin is always going to be going up, especially when we're in this kind of more bearish market as far as crypto is concerned at the moment. But overall, I'm fine with holding those because I know the fact that I made a lot of money on the first few days here, it means that I don't care what happens to the rest of it. I know it'll make me money down the road, and I'll be happy to kind of get that money down the road whenever they unlock it for me, so to speak. They tell you the exact days. I just forget the exact days all the time. Hey Alex, what are my thoughts on Audius? The ticket is audio. Oh, the ticker. I'm assuming this is a crypto coin here. No, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, I'll fix that a little bit here. On the 1 minute chart, it's doing something really cool here. That's kind of nice to see. Otherwise, a little bit of a reversal, having a little bit of a boom kind of off of Bitcoin's a little bit of a teeny reversal we're seeing right now. Let me see. I had a breakout. That was nice. Had a breakdown that wasn't so nice here. Now, I wouldn't really be buying this at the moment here just because it is going to run into the 20-day moving average here. If you're looking to do more of a short-term trade or a swing trade, by all means, have some fun with that. For now, I'd really be waiting for this to have a nicer breakout down the road. I don't really see this as too optimistic just because I'm a bearish on Bitcoin personally. And I think you may actually see this coming back down over the next few days here to about, let's go to that wick right there, to about like 90 cents, 87 cents for like maybe a 11, 12% loss, which would basically mean Bitcoin has a little stronger move down, and that moved all the altcoins down for like 1 or 2 days, about 10 to 15%. So it's not like really crazy when you think about the altcoin markets, but I can definitely see that coming in the future here. Otherwise, if you're looking to buy into this for a longer term play, I would still give it some more time. But as far as the technicals for the short term, let me look at the weekly chart here. You are going to be running into the 20-week moving average here. That may be a hassle, but the current price is $1.14. The 20-week moving average is at $1.20, so about 6 cents away. So just be forewarned about that. It may have a little bit of a pump, but as far as closing above that, It may get kind of picky. But on the bright side, it closed above it a few days ago or a couple weeks ago, slammed back down, unfortunately. But if you're looking to be optimistic about where you might want to place a more aggressive price target, like something that's kind of hard to get to, but it possibly could, I would say that price target would be somewhere around $1.50 or so. But I wouldn't really be banking on it right now. Treat this one with caution, just because of how Bitcoin's going to have to make a choice next week, as far as I'm concerned. This will have a great return if Bitcoin pumps up above its 20 and 50 week moving averages, which is not likely to happen. But if it does, you'll see a great return on this one, going up about like 50%, really good profit. Otherwise, be careful of this one, because on the other side, if it does end up breaking back down, you see this trend line here. It doesn't really look too nice on the daily chart here, but if you look on the weekly chart, support, kind of bringing you back down around the 90-cent range, okay? Now, I put audio on here for some stupid reason. There we go. I was hoping that Bitcoin little pump would do a little bit more, but I think it still can. There we are. Oh, what's right here? GLMR. It had a nice little pump and it kind of dumped out of nowhere. This is just a minute chart though. On the daily chart, oh, this is newer, isn't it? Ah, man, yeah, it always makes it hard to do the technicals on it. You're pretty far away from support on this bad boy. Down below that one, so not too strong. Back above the 20 here. Huh. As far as this is concerned, if you wanted to buy it, I would have a stop loss around $3.47 personally, just to kind of make sure that you're safe going forward. Until then, if Bitcoin does have a larger move over the next few days, I could see this getting back up here to maybe around, if I can get there, take off the magnet, back up to around $4.72 for a profit of about, what would that be at this point? About like 16% profit. So it wouldn't be a bad play here. You're really banking on Bitcoin to have a strong next week, though. Until then, maybe some consolidation as we kind of go side to side. But yeah, if you have a stop loss on 347, I think you'd be fine with this one. Now, personally, I like to buy on breakouts, so that's just kind of me. But if you did want to just kind of buy more in the middle of a pattern here, just make sure to honor that stop loss here. Or if you want to give it more room to kind of work itself up for potential longer term gains, I'd be using this trend line way down here, where over the next few days or possibly weeks, you have a support of like maybe around $3.25 or so, to kind of protect yourself in case anything bad were to happen, where we have to dip down a little bit more before ultimately bouncing off the 50-day moving average and having a stronger move upwards. Oh, I just had a little bit more of a bounce here. So yeah, there's some volatility here, which looks pretty nice as far as Glim is concerned. Might be kind of fun to day trade. Meanwhile, Bitcoin is trying to pump up here. You see the 50 moving average coming up, and that's what the bulls are trying to push it up more, so we don't break down below it. Because right behind that, you see the 20 right here, the 50 golden cross right there. Up here, gonna hit a level of resistance probably up here around 1,700. 1 hour, nothing. 3 hour, what is that? 41,700-ish level, so that's going to be a good resistance for us right now. And then 4 hour chart all the way up here at about 42,000 or so, next level of support, or excuse me, resistance. Up here, the 50 is fine, okay. But yeah. So about 41,700 is going to be a decent level of resistance for us over the next few minutes, I think. Let me go back over here to 3. Was that it? Yeah, 41,700. So a few $100s away from where we are now. We'll see if we actually get up to that high in the first place. But I would hope if we do get up to that level to kind of test it, we just kind of blow past it without having to worry about anything. Let's see. And hey, Braden, Bitcoin wants to move so bad. I mean, you do see a lot of enthusiasm around Bitcoin. The problem with it right now is the market itself just doesn't seem to be too excited, and you're seeing Bitcoin kind of follow the stock market a little bit more than you would want it to. It's kind of trading like a tech company, right? And part of the problem with that is if the market goes down, Bitcoin goes down. And if Bitcoin's holding support and then the next day the S&P 500 goes down, well, guess what? Bitcoin's breaking support, and it's not going to be pretty because Bitcoin's always been more volatile than the traditional markets, right? So Uh, I'm hoping that whatever happens, there'll be good volatility going forward with Bitcoin, but we're going to be squeezed. That's the main thing I want you guys to understand. We're going to be squeezed one way or the other. We can't kind of stay in this nice little zone that we're at for now. So here's the weekly chart. Um, Let me get rid of this stuff for now. To the daily for just a second. There you go. We're getting squeezed because we have this support level right down here, and this support for this week's candle is about 39,200. Okay, but then what's right above it? This 20-week moving average, which is a big pain for us, and the 50-day moving average as well. Both of those are not good for us going forward here. We have to break out above that one and the 50-week moving average, which is going to be a pain. And then if we, I don't know if it actually show up here, but if I go to the monthly chart, it will. And then right below, we also have the 20-month moving average here. So we're either going to have a monster pop, or we're going to have a larger than expected drop here, right? I'm more enthusiastic about the pop, right? But at the same time, it looks like more like we're going to try to take a drop here. What's it here? Bro, stop it. My dog is trying to get attention from me, but he's not going to get any right now. Yeah, so that's kind of what's happening right now, and then we do have the 20-day moving average coming down here pretty soon. You will see a death cross, and just kind of going a little bit deeper into this. I will actually open up one of my other dashboards here as far as the charts are concerned. Let me actually go to the mouse here. Let me just move that up there. We don't need the other one, but we already have it here. EMA, we don't need that there. SMA, we don't need it here. Why is everything copied right there? DEMA right here. Okay. So we have all these moving averages now. This is the simple moving average. We've already talked about the moving averages there, the death crosses and so forth. Right now on the exponential moving average, next week or the week after, we're going to have a death cross there, and that may be just as significant as the simple moving average's death cross, which may signal another bad move coming. Okay, let's hope that's not the case because maybe we still have an opportunity to bounce up above that. Okay, on the DEMA here, we've already had the death cross a long time ago. We're not even close to having a golden cross or a death cross or anything else. That death cross happened a while ago, gave us a little bit of a flashing sun way back over here in December, and then of course we actually did have a stronger move down here. Now we're consolidating after part of that move here. For as far as the team is concerned, again, no death cross kind of inbound here. This is all the weekly charts. If you wanted to look at the daily charts here, let me kind of go one by one here and just do the dailies. Had a death cross back here. Fall came down a little bit more. Kind of fell down below the 200 daily moving average here. Again, TEMA less reliable, but it still has a purpose here. On the DEMA here, well below all of the moving averages here, and the 20 is going to be pushing us down. Simple moving average, we've already talked about it. We're below the 50 and the 20. And exponential here, we're about to have a death cross. Tomorrow or the day after, which is going to be a little bit of a cause of concern. I hope we can still break out in spite of that here, but that death cross is definitely not going to help us out too much. Last death cross we had on the exponential moving average here with the 20 and the 50 happened to be all the way back over here, and December 2nd, the day we started this big crash down here where we started having some really bad times for crypto. Okay. Let's hope that's not going to happen again. But that's the last time we did have that death cross there with the 20 and the 50 exponential moving averages on the daily chart of Bitcoin. Just so you guys know. So a lot of flashing red signs. It does bode bad stuff happening to Bitcoin. But the way I'm thinking about it now is technicals work for Bitcoin to a certain extent. But there are tons of millionaires out there who just buy, and drive with the price just to kind of mess with the shorts, right? And sometimes, not always, sometimes even though everything looks pretty bleak, we still manage to have a massive pump that can change up Bitcoin and change up our expectations of what could be happening for the rest of the week, the rest of the month, the rest of the year, right? We saw something similar happen last summer back in July, kind of when the Bitcoin conference was going on. We saw that Bitcoin was just not looking good. It looked really sad. It looked like we were going to drop all the way down below $30,000 again, going back below the lows of like what 28,800. Things were not looking so good. But out of nowhere, we had a little bit of a pump, right? Look at this. If I were to go to replay here, and so let's just go right here, okay? And we go here, auto. Let's just take a real look at this, and let's just kind of play this out here. Let's go to one tick here, and this is as we were falling, the graces of 57,000 kept on coming down, kept on coming down, down, down. Let me speed this up a little bit here. Okay, down, 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 down. Death cross happened. Death cross happened a while before that. Okay, and then right here we had a bump right there. But look at that. I mean, if you were watching that, would you really have expected after all that gloominess that we saw, all the things that were saying, hey, we might go down even more, all of a sudden a massive pump? No. And that's because technicals don't work 100% of the time with crypto. They don't work 100% of the time with anything. But as much as we use technicals, and a lot of times we were right about the drop a few days ago because we had a nice breakdown. It took a couple days to break it down below the 50-day moving average, but we did because, of course, we were breaking down already. So things can change. That's why I'm not saying, oh my gosh, we're going, we're crashing, sell everything, whoa, type of stuff, right? We kind of have to take it in stride here. And that's kind of the best way to do it. Because like now you have a golden cross here, another golden cross here. So those are two really good signs as Bitcoin at the same time is pulling back, followed by a death cross. That death cross really didn't do much for us. We had a little bit of a move down, then we just started skyrocketing back up because whales just went ham on it. And whales really can change the technicals up for us. So even though things may not look as good, the technicals, the whales can still do some good. And we really never had a strong move reflecting that golden cross where the 50-day moving average actually crossed above the 200 daily moving average. And there we go again. Back up here to auto. Back up here right now at 69,000. Had our first attempt. Look at that. First death cross over here. Warning sign, warning sign. Death crosses at all-time high ranges are definitely more scary, more of a flashing red light here. So that was kind of your first sign. Whoa, be careful here. Because now we're all the way back at 50,000. Another death cross. Another death cross. Golden cross. A little bit of a move. Some mixed messages there with the crosses. And now we're coming back down to another death cross here, unfortunately. Pretty on the daily chart. But again, we had a death cross here. It didn't really do much. Kind of made us have a bad time here, but overall it wasn't too bad. The weekly charts are where things kind of, they have their issues here. And we'll just do this one more time here where let me slow down the speed just a little bit here, or replay. Going back over here, this is the weekly moving averages, right? Weekly moving averages. Wait, let me. Don't worry about the red line. The red line is the 50-day moving average here. Look at. We never even had a death cross here with the 20 and the 50-week moving averages. We never had that. Through all this kind of craziness, we never had that really bad sign that says, hey, we may be due for a massive crash going forward. We came really, really close, but we never did have that moment. We finally had the moment, but that was like a few weeks ago after all this stuff happened, after all we dropped down so much. There was a death cross between the 50-day moving average and the 20-week moving average. That was a little bit of a red flag signal, but not many people use that type of methodology. I don't even use it that often as well here. And now here we are, and we just had the death cross. We just had the death cross here. So, we'll be watching to see how next week goes. I'm not too optimistic about next week, but again, just because I'm not optimistic about it doesn't mean whales can't just go say, hey, Michael, F your technicals. We're just buying and we're going to make you look like a fool. They've done it before, okay? I did not even think we were going to have this little bit of a pop. Because of the death cross that happened right here, I was like, I don't think we're going to actually have a breakout above this resistance that we were having trouble with for the longest period of time. And we were also having some issues here as well. Remember this line right here, that white line? We were also having some issues, I believe, from one of the Fibonacci levels here. So if I go up here, no, that was a long-term support for us way over there at 32,000. Oh, I guess it was this one over here. Has to be lows from last summer. 69,000. Yeah, okay. We were having trouble. Pop, pop, not closing, not closing. We were having a lot of trouble. I never even thought we would get above that Fibonacci line and close above it, but we did, only to have a really odd week followed by a stronger move down on the weekly chart, which has not happened since 2018, where we broke out above it only to come back down, right? And that happened back over here as well. Both times, bad things happen afterwards. I really don't want to see it come, but like, history is there to kind of teach us some of these little lessons here, and I tend to take advantage of them because I like to make money, and these have helped me make money over the past few years. I've been kind of more aggressively trading crypto. Before I was actually trading crypto, I was just like, let me just buy and hold this stuff because it's way too volatile for me to pay attention to it. And then over time, I got used to it. I started trading with leverage. I had to practice a bunch because options and the stock market are totally different than crypto investing. But yeah, that's kind of the gist of what I'm thinking about right now. As far as I want to be optimistic about it, but like Jesus, like it's just not what I want to see right now, right? And that's why I'm really hoping that the whales can come in here and just cause a massive boom and scare all the shorts out. But so far, I haven't really been seeing too many whales doing that as of yet. I think I've been actually just seeing a lot of whales move money back into their wallets instead of putting it back onto exchanges, unless maybe a whale wants to short or something like that. But I'll look more into that over the next couple days to see if I can actually see some more whale activity for you guys without having to take so much time up out of the stream for it. And what's right here? Oh, and Nightbot just sent you guys a message here. As a reminder, sign up for the new newsletter I'm giving you guys. Whenever I see a breakout, I'm going to give you guys like 3 or 4 breakouts every week and kind of give you my thoughts on where Bitcoin's going. If you do want to buy my kind of my ideas and stuff like that, like the buy the breakouts I'm talking about, I would say just make sure it's breaking out before you actually buy it. Don't just buy it because I put it on the newsletter, okay? Especially with this market being as choppy as it is, you'd only be holding it for a few days here just to make sure that you can make some good returns off of it, or start scaling off within 1 or 2 days and letting the rest of it ride off, knowing that you've made so much profit that you don't have to worry about if your other position that's open still loses all the whole investment, right? Especially with options. Or if you're in stocks, it's a lot less risky. You make a lot less money, but it is safer. You can actually do a lot more practice with it. But then, of course, guys, one last thing here before I go back to chat. I have a link down below in the description. Make sure that you guys download the free trading journal, open a new thing, and just go to File, make a new copy. You can change it up. Remember, this will auto calculate your profit, your capital gains taxes, your net profit, net loss, and then if you put the pattern that you were trading here, you will also be able to tell if you are making money trading certain patterns or losing money trading certain patterns, and therefore you have your own data to say, hey, you suck at this, hey, you're awesome at this, and therefore you know what you should actually be putting your money into, right? What type of patterns you should be trading with swing trading or day trading or long-term trading if you have your own strategies as far as long-term trading. And hey, Horus, I'm still seeing Bitcoin drop below 39,000. Rewind the video like 10 minutes. We just spent like 9 minutes talking about it. Like my whole reason of why I think Bitcoin is probably going to go down to like $37,000 over the next week, if not lower than that. So rewind the video a little bit, and you'll see that just right there. And I'm 8 minutes overdue for this stream being over. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Again, I did not get any sleep last night, so I'm kind of running on fumes here. I need to go to sleep. But yeah, feel free to rewatch this video if you guys want to. I made a nice shorter stream for you guys today. I'll see you guys tomorrow night at 6 p.m. again. Tomorrow's Thursday. I take my mom to dialysis, but I think after that I'll be fine for the day. But yeah, guys, precarious spot. This week should be kind of choppy. Next week is we're either going to have a big move up or a big move down. So let's get ready for a party. You're most likely going to see YouTubers coming out in the next few days saying, oh my God, we're going to the moon, we're going to the moon, we're going to the moon. Or they're going to be saying crash and burn, crash and burn, crash and burn. I would watch both of their videos to kind of get an idea of where they're coming from and make your own decisions, as well as looking at my videos as well, if that kind of helps you out as well. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. But guys, take it easy. It's going to be kind of a wonky time, like I said. There's opportunities to make money here, but just be careful because if we do get slammed down by that 20-week moving average, you will see a decent shift down from the Bitcoin, but more of an aggressive move down from the altcoins, which will not be as much fun if you guys are holding a bunch of altcoins here. Okay, so have a good rest of your night, everybody, and hope to see you guys tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Thanks.